Let's get straight to it. According to crypto analyst Zach Rector, a $5 billion inflow into XRP, possibly through spot ETFs, could push the price of the token past $7. And that's not even the most bullish case. He says $10 to $20 XRP might be possible within a year after ETF approval. But how realistic is this projection? And what are the pieces that need to fall into place? First, Rector pointed out two major drivers behind this prediction. One is the expectation of Federal Reserve rate cuts, and the second is the potential approval of XRP spot ETFs by the SEC. Let's break down the rate cut angle. Rector cited data that suggests there's now a 90% chance the Fed will cut rates in September. That aligns with Goldman Sachs' forecast, which predicts 325 basis point cuts starting this fall. Now, why does this matter for crypto? Because rate cuts typically increase liquidity. When money is cheaper to borrow, investors tend to take on more risk, and some of that liquidity could flow into the crypto space, including altcoins like XRP. Now, the more exciting part, ETFs. According to Rector, if XRP gets its own spot ETF, like what Bitcoin and Ethereum already have, we could see massive institutional inflows. He uses Ethereum ETFs as a benchmark. Just in July, Ethereum funds saw $5.4 billion in inflows, according to Matt Hogan, the chief investment officer of Bitwise. Hogan mentioned on Twitter that ETH is only about 20% the size of Bitcoin, which makes those inflows even more impressive. So, Rector says, what if XRP gets the same treatment? His argument is that even a $5 billion inflow into XRP ETFs could add around $250 billion to its market cap. That's a 138% jump, and it could bring XRP's price above $7. He called that a conservative projection, using a 50x market cap multiplier. That's notably lower than other, more optimistic models he has mentioned in the past. And it doesn't stop there. Rector believes that if XRP ETFs gain traction and bring in inflows equal to or greater than Ethereum's, we might even see XRP hit $10 to $20 within a year of ETF approval. But of course, this isn't just about ETF speculation. There's another big factor, the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Rector also highlighted that we may finally be nearing the end of the legal battle between Ripple and the SEC. According to former SEC attorney Mark Fagel, both Ripple and the SEC are likely to drop their appeals by mid-August. In fact, both parties are scheduled to submit a status update to the appeals court by August 15th, which many in the community believe could mark the final resolution of the case. So why does this matter for XRP price action? Once the legal uncertainty is removed, a lot of investors, especially retail ones, might feel more comfortable entering the market. Rector believes this return of investor confidence could add momentum to any price surge triggered by ETF news or market liquidity from rate cuts. Of course, all of this comes with a dose of caution. While the inflow numbers sound impressive, they're projections. Ethereum's success with ETFs doesn't guarantee XRP will see the same level of enthusiasm. Regulatory clarity will also play a key role. The SEC might still be hesitant about giving green lights to additional crypto ETFs unless it sees stronger frameworks in place. And even if XRP ETFs launch in October, as some speculate, actual inflows might depend on market conditions, investor sentiment, and broader macroeconomic events. Still, Rector's point is worth considering. If institutional money starts to flow into XRP the way it has with Bitcoin and Ethereum, the impact on price could be dramatic. In summary, a $5 billion ETF inflow could push XRP beyond $7, says Zach Rector. This would require a Federal Reserve rate cut environment and ETF approval. Comparisons to Ethereum's July ETF inflows suggest XRP could follow a similar trajectory. Legal resolution with the SEC could further boost investor confidence. Rector even suggests a $10 to $20 XRP within a year is possible, if the conditions align. So, is XRP headed for a massive breakout? The pieces are starting to line up, but we'll have to watch closely in the coming weeks, especially around mid-August. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments. Do you think XRP can realistically hit $7 or higher this year?